San Antonio Councilman Brockhouse calls on the fire union to begin contract negotiations. A new report shows an SAPD detective smelled of alcohol when arrested at a scene of domestic violence. And 1 in 3 Bexar County households struggle to afford basic necessities. This is your Express Briefing podcast for Tuesday, January 29th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. And get each day's top news and sports headlines delivered to your inbox at expressnews.com/newsletters. Councilman Brockhouse is once again urging San Antonio's fire union to begin contract negotiations. Despite being the staunchest ally the local firefighters union has on the San Antonio City Council, in early December, Brockhouse said he was disappointed that the union hadn't started contract talks after the city dropped its lawsuit, noting that when he met personally with the union's leadership, he told them, quote, "The deal's at the table, and you've got to come back." The San Antonio Professional Firefighters Association has racked up several victories, including winning on 2 of its 3 proposed charter amendments many saw as a referendum on City Manager Cheryl Scully, who has since announced her retirement. In addition, the city dropped a long-standing lawsuit that challenged a provision in the firefighters' contract. President Chris Steele had vowed not to negotiate while his union faced litigation, but despite promising the union would begin talks within a week of the dropping of the lawsuit, the fire union has remained silent. And now, yet again, Brockhouse is leaning on Steele and his negotiating team to make good on their promise. In a letter released Monday, Councilman Brockhouse said he's calling on the men and women of the San Antonio Professional Firefighters Association to return to the negotiating table and begin the process of rebuilding trust. While firefighters have been working under a contract that expired on September 30th, 2014, most provisions of that agreement, including health care coverage, remain in place for up to 10 years while a new contract is being negotiated. Though a wage increase is off the table until that new agreement is reached, meaning San Antonio's firefighters haven't received a raise in more than 4 years. And because their eventual pensions are tied to their salaries, which are tied to the city's contribution into pension funds, the stalemate over contract negotiations is having a significant impact on firefighters' futures. A new sheriff office report shows a San Antonio Police Department detective accused of domestic violence earlier this month was found standing next to a crying woman who was bleeding when deputies arrived at the scene. 34-year-old Daniel Pugh was arrested on January 7th at about 9 a.m. in the 11,000 block of Barclay Point. The 11-year veteran of SAPD's Repeat Offenders Unit was charged with assault causing bodily injury and posted a $3,500 bond the same day he was arrested. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office report states that deputies were called to the scene for reports of a man standing over a woman and punching her in the face. Medical personnel were called, but the woman refused to be treated and told deputies she didn't wish to file charges. Deputies noted both Officer Pugh and another person at the scene smelled of alcohol. A previous police statement reported Pugh was to be placed on administrative leave pending further investigation. And while a growing number of Bexar County families have incomes above the poverty line, they still struggle to get by. A new study conducted by the United Ways of Texas and other groups examines financial hardship locally and statewide, showing some 36% of households earn too much to qualify for government assistance, but not enough to cover basic living expenses like housing, food, transportation, childcare, and other essentials. Their number in Bexar County is up sharply in recent years, increasing from 1 in 4 households to more than a third. In San Antonio, the ratio is more than half. People in such situations are commonly called working poor, but the study coins a new term, ALICE, which stands for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, Employed. Statewide, 28% of households, or about 2.6 million, fell into the ALICE category in 2016. And that's your daily San Antonio Express briefing for Tuesday, January 29th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts.